Right, so Manchester City have taken initiative once again in the Premier League title race. They have gone back to the top of the table over Leicester City, who of course did go top with a win over Chelsea last night, with a 2-0 victory at the Etihad Stadium over Aston Villa, and overall, a very good game I think from a neutral's perspective. I mean, it was very, very end-to-end, even though City had the fair share of the possession and chances created, but overall I feel like Villa were in the game for most of the game, and on another day really could have taken at least a point, if not three, from the Etihad, from this Manchester City team, but overall City showed a lot of grit, a lot of determination to get through this win, something that, wouldn't really be associated with Pep Guardiola's sides so far this season, especially in the early stages. But yeah, a really good win for City, because I personally think that, this is a massive, massive hurdle, overcome in their bid to retain the Premier League title from Liverpool, because as we know, Aston Villa are a very, very good side. They've had a lot of time off now with the fact that, the whole COVID outbreak stuff. They haven't played since New Year's Day when they lost 2-1 at Old Trafford to Manchester United, and overall Aston Villa this season have proved themselves as one of the most, really tough to beat teams in the Premier League this season, because they have a lot of quality all around the pitch. They have a very good manager in Dean Smith, and overall I think they play a very good brand of football as well, and that is why I think that this is a major, major hurdle cleared for Pep Guardiola's Manchester City in their bid to win the Premier League title this season. And yeah, goals from Bernardo Silva and a penalty from İlkay Gundogan settling the scores for Manchester City, and of course it did take till the 79th minute with that Bernardo Silva goal to break down this Villa side, and overall I mean it took a Tyrone Mings error, if I'm honest, to actually break down these two sides, because I think that Villa actually defended really, really well for the majority of the game until Mings did make that error, and I think overall Villa will definitely feel very hard done by, because there was a lot of controversy involved in obviously the goal for Bernardo Silva and the penalty that was given against Matty Cash for handball. But if I'm being perfectly honest, I do feel like both decisions were correct, because first of all, the thing about Rodri being offside in the build up to the goal, I think that that was the right decision, simply because Tyrone Mings of course did touch the ball before Rodri intercepted it, and then for the penalty, I think unfortunately the way the rules have gone, if your hand is up in the box and it hits your hand like Matty Cash did, it is going to be a penalty, and overall I don't think Villa can have many complaints. And yeah, you can just see the reaction from the second goal that City scored, obviously İlkay Gundogan's goal from the penalty spot. I mean, the celebrations after that goal, it was just a feeling of relief I think from that City group, because obviously, as I said, this Villa team are very, very hard to beat, and they are a very good team overall, and as I keep saying in this video, it's a massive hurdle cleared for this City team, and I think it was just a feeling of relief to finally get this game over and done with 3 points to go to the top of the table, and in my opinion make themselves title favourites, even though I keep saying every single week that a new team is title favourites, because it's just so up in the air this season. I mean, this season has been a season like no other. I mean, obviously the fact that there's no fans makes it a lot different, but the overall just randomness of this league this season has been absolutely just mental. I think there's like 5 or 6 teams that could realistically win the league, and I heard it on somewhere, I can't remember where it was, I think it was on the kickoff, one of the guys on the kickoff said it a few weeks ago, it's the first time we've reached the halfway stage of a Premier League season, and we genuinely have no inkling of who's going to win the Premier League title, because over the last few years we've always gone like, oh, this team's favourites, or this team's favourites. This season it's just really up in the air between the likes of City, Liverpool, who I think you can't exclude, United, who've hit form at the right time, even Leicester, who are up there now, still second in the Premier League after beating Chelsea last night in a really impressive performance from them. So yeah, overall I think it's just completely up in the air, and at this moment in time though, I do think that win especially, and just the run that Manchester City have put together over the Christmas period and now continued it into 2021, I think it's been really, really good. It's been really gritty, which as I said in this video earlier on, something that you wouldn't really associate with this Manchester City side over the years, because they're used to winning in style, and now they're just grinding out results, focusing on clean sheets, and it's just really what we wouldn't expect to see from Pep Guardiola and this Manchester City team, but it is definitely working in terms of picking up points in the Premier League this season. And to be honest, overall as well, it was an absolutely mental game, because even for spells in this game, I mean, there was a 10-minute spell I think just before City actually did score the first goal, where it was Aston Villa attack, then City attack, then Villa come back with another attack, then City come back with another attack. It was just absolutely mental for a spell in the second half, and even overall in the whole game. I'm absolutely just amazed that it took till the 79th minute to actually break the deadlock, because both sides had their fair share chances. Both sides actually created quite a lot of chances, and not even just normal chances. Both sides created a lot of very, very good chances, and it was combined of a lack of clinical edge from both attackers, or really good defending from the Villa or City attackers. I think Martinez and Ederson in both the goals, I think they played really, really well, and kept both sides in the game for a large amount of time in the game. But yeah, it was just an absolutely mental game overall from the neutrals perspective, which obviously we're not going to complain about. And I think on another day Villa could have come away with a goal, if not 2 goals, and potentially could have won the game. I think you do have to take into account the fact that obviously Villa haven't played in 2 or 3 weeks now, and also of course they only actually trained 3 times before this game, so obviously it's going to take Villa at least a few weeks, if not, more than that, to actually get back to full speed. Even though I think they put in a very good performance tonight, I do think they should beat Newcastle on the weekend and get back to winning ways and get back into that conversation of potentially qualifying for Europe, because I do think Aston Villa are pretty much a dark horse for European football this season. They've shown it so far this season. They're a really strong side, they're really hard to beat, and overall will take some stopping from a lot of teams this season in the Premier League. In terms of the standout performers, I think my man of the match personally was İlkay Gundogan. Another performance once again from him, proving his worth in this City team. I think he's been massively important over this City run that has been stretching back over before Christmas. I think him alongside Gundogan in that pivot where Gundogan is kind of a box-to-box midfielder, because not only is he very good defensively, but he's also really, really good at going forward. I think what he's really, really good at is occupying space, trying to find pockets of space to actually get in there, and that's why I think he scores so many goals, because he's very good at getting into positions in the box where there's just space to actually roam into. And I just think that overall he's a player that very much goes under the radar and very much an underrated player in the Premier League. I think Ruben Dias again proving once again why he's probably one of the signings of the summer in my opinion. Even though he wasn't cheap, he cost like £70 million or something like that, but he's been absolutely revolutionary to the City defence. He's got the best out of John Stones once again, and once again tonight was really, really important in City getting another clean sheet. And City this season looking really, really solid defensively. I think João Cancelo's come to his own this season. Even Zinchenko, who had to come on for the injured Kyle Walker, I think was decent enough as well. John Stones once again really, really solid as well. So City really looking like probably the best team defensively in the Premier League at this moment in time, which is just mental to say. But yeah, once again another very, very positive result for Manchester City. Of course, I think their fans will be absolutely buzzing to be back to the top of the Premier League table, and probably, in my opinion, as I said multiple times in this video, solidify themselves as clear Premier League favourites at this moment in time, even though it's very close between themselves, Leicester, United, Liverpool, and even a few more teams as well in the Premier League. It's really going to be a very interesting title race for the second half of the season, and if City can keep going with this run and maybe just add in a few more goals. I think the fact that they have Gabriel Jesus now back to full fitness is massive for them as well. I think if they were to get Sergio Aguero back, I think that would be absolutely massive for them, because I think he is the type of striker that would score goals from absolutely nothing. Even though City, chances created for them is not really an issue, because they are creating quite a lot of chances in every single game. I think it's just about that striker that will finish them off, and although Jesus isn't the most naturally gifted finisher, I think Aguero is, and I think if they were to get Aguero back, I think they would be clear and utter favourites for the Premier League this season, because they fixed up the defence this year, which was their main problem over the years. So City looking pretty formidable, and I think will take some stopping if they're to be denied of the Premier League title this season, especially with the way they've played over the last month or two. So yeah, I think that is all I needed to say in this video. So if you did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like. 20 likes as per usual would be massively appreciated by myself, and also if you could subscribe to the channel if you are new, that would be very much appreciated, because we are now looking to hit 1,300 subscribers as soon as we possibly can. So if you could subscribe to the channel, it would cost you absolutely nothing and would make my day. So it is very much a win-win situation. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Manchester City sit top of the table, at least for now, and see you guys in my next video. See ya.